Alright, so today I'm going to be changing the front rotor and brake pads on my 2002 Acura TL Type S. This is the same for the non-Type S and I think for the 2000 up to 2003 models. So as you see, I already have my wheel off, have my tire jacked up with my tires already having a brace, then they don't roll back on me at all. It's a pretty easy concept, you know, it's just kind of diving in and doing it. I actually bought my stuff on eBay, all four rotors, which look like this, and I'm going to do a separate segment for my rotors. And the brake pads, bought them on eBay, they're all Callahan for $140, so I have my car serviced to have my tires rotated at tire discounters, and they told me I needed new rotors and brakes, so I figured I'll just take the advice and do it myself. So some of the things that you need: a little bit of grease. These are the pads, the Callahan pads that they sent me. The one with the big squealer on the here, that's goes on the inside. I have my 14mm socket wrench, C-clamp, extra piece of wood, WD-40, and your lovely hammer. So I'm going to give you advice depending on where you live. If it snows a lot and you have a lot of salt, you're going to have to enjoy racking on these, or just take it in and have it done. So what we're looking at, this is your caliper, the collar, and then the actual caliper that has the pads on it, and your cylinder. So you have two screws here to take off the caliper. They're the ones that kind of have a little gasket. So we'll take this one off, and then this one. If you're having to take the collar off, whenever we're doing the rotor, we're going to be right here, and there's another one on the bottom side. So I spray these down with WD-40, and kind of loosen them up already, just because the first front ones were a pain to do. So figure you don't want to deal with me racking on my car. Try to do these videos as short as possible, so you get the concept, you can just go on to it. So that's the first one. Coming down to the second one. So, as easy as that is, and you just pull this out, and then now what you're looking at, you'll see your cylinder in there, your caliper, and that basically extends out as your brake pads wear. So that exposes your brakes right here. It's the outside. You can see the one with the squealer. It's on the inside. So they're not terribly bad, but they were starting to groove from my rotor, being so worn out. So take those, discard them. And then, as simply as it is, You just want to grease up where these things are going to be touching. So mixed them up. Alright. So I have those prepared. Now that was the hard part for me, to videotape this and do it at the same time. So basically you have to take this piston right here and drive it back into the neutral position. And whenever you do that, it's basically going to have to recalibrate itself to the distance it needs to come out. So whenever you do this, understand that you are going to have a initial brake that's going to, basically feel like you're not able to brake. So let's see if I can figure out a way to. Here, I'm going to put you down and then I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Alright, so I set my seat clamp up with the board in place, and all I'm going to do is just turn this very slowly, because what this is going to do is it's going to put that brake fluid back up into its lines into the reservoir. So you don't want to do it too fast. As you're just turning this in, you're going to get it to where it goes all the way back to where it's resetted. You can do this where you don't have a board, if you don't have another scrap piece around, but that's whenever you're putting this C-clamp all the way into the cylinder. It just takes a little bit more time. there. Remove my C-clamp. And my board. And now you see that's recessed right back to where it's supposed to be. What I like to do is grab a little bit more grease. Spread that all around that cylinder. Any friction point, I like to put grease down onto it. Alright. Right here on the inside. So now that that's on there, I'm going to move this back a little bit. Remember, one with the squealer goes on the back side. Just slides right into place. Some more. Alright. So now that's set. Let's take my caliper. Let's see. I'll put you down again. Alright, so then all you do is to put this back, you just bring these screws back in, top and bottom one, and I'll finish that up whenever I'm done. There, but basically that's as easy as it is just to change the brake pads. Save you a lot of money, and you know, teach you how to do it, makes it easier. So ask me if you have any questions. You know, please don't hesitate to like the videos. Let us see that, you know, this was helpful, or if you guys have advice, by all means, I'm definitely open to that as well. But I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you guys soon.